There's a challenge here for $25 for roommate stories from people who have roomed
Oh,
together.
man.
What do we have?
I haven't roomed with any of you.
Okay, I've got a great roommate.
I've lived
It's just Morgan, isn't it?
I've lived with Alex and Matt, but I think that might actually be the only...
Do we have any good stories?
We got robbed.
Oh, right, when we got robbed, that was...
You got robbed?
Oh, yeah, we got robbed. We got robbed. So I was working a night kitchen job at the time.
Yeah.
And so I had terrible, like, insomnia. So I was awake at, like, 4 in the morning and just randomly, like, needed to go and grab something out of, like, our main living space. And I come out and something seems awry, and the sliding door was open, and I saw someone, like, a foot go over, so I immediately run in, like, run out, turn and see a guy, and I shout, "Hey, who the bus are you?" And he bolts. And then
he came back in and saw my wallet, which had been emptied.
yeah, your wallet was emptied, my phone was taken, and like I knocked on your door at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, you burst into my room and was like, "Ash, get up, we just got robbed."
Yeah.
And my first thought was like, "What the crap?" And then I look at Buster, sleeping sound.
So yeah.
And so the police came. We lived 2 blocks away from the police station. The police were at our house with a
Buster,
sniffer
who
dog.
we previously established mere moments ago, will bark at a car he does not recognize.
Did not bark when we got robbed.
Yeah.
But man, did he Man, did he bark when the policeman came through.
Yeah. So
Anyway, good news is they caught the guy immediately.
Yeah.
Like,
that's awesome.
I was smoking at the time, and I think I went out on the porch for a cigarette, and in the time I lit it to when I finished it, they phoned us back being like, "Yeah, we got him."
Wow.
That
He didn't
never
get far.
happens, yeah.
no,
And
that's
Ian was able to provide a description, and I had given you a phone case, and we were able
Yes.
to identify your phone by the case immediately.
yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, that worked out.
Don't steal.
So,
Oh, sorry, Alex, go ahead.
no, I was just thinking of like weird stuff that happened here. I mean, the thing that pops to mind is, which isn't actually like an unusual thing to happen, but like I've never seen your junk.
Yeah,
We live together.
yeah.
Ain't seen your junk.
Nor have I seen yours or Matt's, and I live with both of you.
Nice.
Yeah. Now,
Here's the big achievement. I've never seen Morgan's junk.
No, he'll summon him. He'll just
We are
burst in.
so close to 69-420.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Burst in performing the dreaded helicopter.
Oh,
So,
And they were roommates.
when I lived with Matt, at the time, Matt took ridiculously long showers, and I worded it that way as an out to imply that he might not still do that.
Still do.
Okay.
okay.
I love me a long shower.
Yeah,
it's
the best.
it's my vice.
So
I agree. Long showers are best showers.
this particular instance was when we were not working together at ICBC, and you had gotten up, gone into the shower, begun your ridiculously long, scalding hot shower,
Yes.
and fallen asleep
Flaying the skin off
in
my
the shower.
bones.
To
Yes.
clarify,
Yeah.
lying down in the shower.
Yep.
And I was like, boy, he's been in there a while, and he probably should have left for work like 5 or 10 minutes ago. So I went and banged on the door to the bathroom, just like, hey, and the noise of you moving on the bathtub surface as you jerked awake, you're like, just your skin going on the as you jerked upwards.
Yep.
It was really funny.
Yep.
And then I went back.
Guilty as charged.
And I went back to my room, and you were just like whoosh across the hallway.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, the rat!
The what?
The what?
The rat! When I lived with Graham, Bill, and Morgan,
Oh man.
Oh.
the way we did our laundry was there's a shack behind the house. The house I'm talking about is where you guys filmed Desert Bus 1.
Yep.
But yeah, there's like a laundry shed, I guess.
That's so
And so you had to
weird.
go outside and down the stairs to get to the laundry, and there was a giant dead rat on the stairs one day when I went out there. And I have this thing with dead things where they don't gross me out, but I need to know that they're dead, because I have this weird irrational fear that if I disturb it in any way, it's just gonna leap up and attach itself to my face.
Yeah.
Like face hugger style from
Yeah,
Alien.
that's what I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
100%.
fair.
That's probably where that comes from, honestly.
Yeah.
So I go into Bill's room and I'm just like, Bill, there's a friggin' rat out there. Can you move it, please? And he's just like, I know, I saw it yesterday. I'm hoping that somebody else sees it so they'll clean it up. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. I go into Graham's room, I'm like, Graham, there's a dead rat on the stairs. Can you help me move it? And he's like, yeah, I know, I saw it last night. I'm waiting for somebody else to notice it and clean it up. Go into Morgan's room. Morgan, there's a dead rat. And he's just like, I know, I saw it this morning. I'm waiting for somebody else to go outside. And so I just went into the hallway. I'm like, everybody knows about the rat. Somebody move it. And then Morgan proceeded to pick it up with a shovel and chase me around with it.
What did you expect?
Yup.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Jeez.
I didn't have to do laundry that day.
I just love how everyone said the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
I have one, please.
Yeah.
Which I cleared via Graham. These are, it's worth noting that these are the best roommates I've ever lived with. If you know me, you know that I have been kind of not quite rent-evicted in Vancouver several times, but I've had my landlords put up my place for sale and sell it out from under me, and a new person want to move in 4 times in less than 6 years. It's not fun. I don't recommend it. This happened once, and I wanted to stay in the building that I was in, and I put out a call in the internal Facebook group, and I found a place. The problem was that there was a 6-week gap between when my old one was ready and my new one was ready, but I love this building so much, and I wanted to stay in it so much, that I said, you know what? Fine. I'm going to put my stuff in storage. I'm going to find a friend's spare room to live in. I'm going to do that for 6 weeks and come back. I put out the call among my friends. I said, hey, I'm looking for a place to live. I need a place to, just 6 weeks. Any kind of spare room is available. And some friends of mine, who I will not be naming for the purposes of the story, were like, well, and they lived in a house that definitely had a spare bedroom, but it also kind of had a bit of a purpose. And they were like, well, it's usually the sex dungeon.
Whoa, what?
But we could clean up the basement, the bedroom downstairs, and you could move in there for 6 weeks.
Oh dear.
So I did. And I was like, okay, you know what? Sure, that sounds fine. Spare room.
They'll clean the stuff out of it.
Yeah.
The accoutrements.
Wipe down the wedge. Yeah. There were a lot of accoutrements in that room. But
they left the hard points, right?
Yeah.
Those are useful.
Oh no, yeah. Well, you don't want to. It takes a long time to take those out and put them back in. But they cleared out everything else, and it was like a really nice bedroom. And I stayed there. I stayed there for 6 weeks, and they were like, "Hey, this is." I asked them how much they wanted for rent, and they were like, "Oh, this amount," which was surprisingly good for 6 weeks. It was less than I was expecting to pay for the 1 month.
$69.
No, it was like $500 or something like that. It was shockingly cheap for Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to put too fine a point on it, but it was a polykinky household, and that's what it was for. So I was like, oh, okay, great. I'm going to go to the bank and get cash. This is the first time I've gone to get to the bank to get cash in forever.
Yeah.
And because I'm me, I was like, just as I was there talking to the teller, I was like, actually, could I get it in 5s?
Oh. Bless.
And they were like, sure. And they gave me $105 bills because I wanted to find a good opportunity to make it rain on that.
Yeah.
And I took this money to I took this money and I drove back over to what was my new house at the time, because I did this right before I was showing up to move in, and I had keys and everything. So I basically just kicked open the door and was like, "What's up? I live here now. What are you guys doing?" They were all 3 of the other people who lived in the house were very inebriated, mostly to completely naked, watching a movie.
Okay.
And as soon as I walked in and I saw this, I was like, oh, well, I'm never going to get a better opportunity to do this. What's up? Here's rent!
Nice.
And just made it rain all over them. It was great.
Skills.
They were the best roommates I ever had.
That sounds great.
Nice.
A movie.
A movie.
Everyone's putting movie in air quotes. I believe it was a real movie.
Yeah.
No, it was like the Book of Life or something like that. Like it was just an animated movie.
Yeah.
Huh.